Oh man, so ALGORAND is up over 5% after bouncing at a critical technical level, which we're going to show you right now. But first, let's take a look at the wider market. So we can see that the market, we've got Bitcoin sitting at 43,500 here, up. It's about flat over the last 24 hours, which is fine. Ethereum's up 2%. Solana up 6%. Avalanche up 6.5%. Uniswap 4%. ALGORAND 5.3%. So we can see that the market is responding pretty well. It's bouncing nicely, but I've noticed a trend, and the trend is that these solid plays, the layer one solutions, are looking like they're bouncing the hardest. And if we look at the chart, let's take a look at ALGORAND, and we're just on the 4-hourly chart here. You can see that we've bounced off nicely on this moving average. You can see here we came down the first time, tested it, bounced. Came back down, tested it, and we're bouncing again. So now we've really got to create a higher high above this high created here at $2.05. So we really got to push this higher. Now, if we look at the hourly, you can see that's the bounce we're looking at here. So we want to be higher than this level here, 2.05 level. We've got to see that bounce and head higher. Let's take a look at the daily chart to really zoom out and see where we're at. So this is what we're talking about. We ran to the local highs here at $2.50. We've corrected back down. You saw here we had the major wick downs as the majority of the market fell, but ALGORAND held strongly. We bounced off of the fourth EMA here on the ribbon, $1.55. We got rejected again up here, and we've bounced again on the second ribbon here. And you can see the two green candles here, two daily green candles, a strong sign here for ALGORAND that we've bounced back nicely. So we didn't break our support level at $1.64, which is that green line. We've also now headed above our next support level, which is $1.79, and we're sitting at $1.83. So a really strong level for ALGORAND to hold and build on from here. And like I said, the next level is to get above the highs at $2.05 to head back higher. So you can see here we've got that level there to beat, the $2.05. And then we can head for $2.13 on ALGORAND. So really important next few kind of day or so for ALGORAND to start heading up. We don't want to get rejected again. If this is a fake out and we head back down below $1.79, we've got to be wary that we could head down to $1.64. But the trend is looking bullish. We're bullish on the hourly because we're above the EMA ribbon. We're bullish, just turning bullish now on the 4-hourly, and on the daily, we have not broken the daily yet. So we're clear of the daily as well. So we're bullish on the daily as well. So good news for ALGORAND. Now, let's see if we can take a look at a few other coins. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the daily. Let's just zoom out a little bit on Bitcoin to see where we're sat. So you can see here we're still battling around this $43,000 mark, and we need to decide which direction are we heading in here for Bitcoin. You've got the 41 level here, 41,000 level in yellow here, but above it you've got the 47 level, and that's where Bitcoin's got to decide which direction are we going to head in. Technically we've not flipped bullish just yet. You can see the EMA ribbon here on the daily, struggling to get above it. So we obviously came down, went back to test it, rejected, consolidated, went back to test it, and we just got to see if we're going to get rejected or if we can climb higher. And you can see through the white lines I've drawn, we're still in this descending wedge. So if we carry on extending that down, you can almost see we're going to go up to test this wedge now, and we can either bounce back down and head towards the bottom of the wedge again and keep bouncing alongside, or we can break out, and that's the key. So are we going to stay in here, or are we going to come out, retest, and head back higher? That's the key we want to find out, because we need that momentum to get above the 47,000 mark and then head higher to 50,000 on Bitcoin. Ethereum will move obviously in solidarity with Bitcoin. Similar story here. You can see the exact same pattern we've just drawn out on Bitcoin playing out here. When Bitcoin got the reject here, it came down, consolidated. The difference here is Ethereum did break bullish for a little while on the 4-hourly chart, but then it came straight back down, rejected here, back down, and now exactly the same as Bitcoin, trying to stay bullish on the 4-hourly candle. Cardano is an interesting one because we had Cardano make a few moves during the weekend for the summit, but ultimately we're down on Cardano. And I did mention this in my video on the Cardano summit. Go check that out. And I made it, even the video I made before the weekend, I did make a video warning you guys of people buying the rumor and selling the news. Whenever you have these events which end up being a bit anticlimactic, you have a situation where people will sell, they'll buy in the build up, and then they sell when the event happens because they know nothing's going to happen to move the price up, and therefore they sell out, causing problems. So you've always got to be careful trading. But if you're holding this for the long term, then you shouldn't be worried about where Cardano is right now. It's not long ago that we were sitting at lows of, this bottom here, sitting at $1, and now you're sitting at $2. We've touched $3 already, and I think Cardano's got another good run in it. It just needs Bitcoin to kind of, start getting with the script and moving as well. Other noteworthy coins, let's look at Solana. Solana's headed up really strongly today, up about 6 to 7%. Good bounce off of the EMA ribbon as well, exactly the same as Algorand. And the teal color moving average bounced the first time, bounced the second time, and now it needs to head higher. And similar for exactly the same as we said for Algorand, it needs to beat this local high at 170. So that was the same as Algorand, where you've got that high, it needs to go create a higher high above this. So first they need to create a higher high here, and then a higher high here before heading higher towards $2.15. So just finishing off on Algorand again, just to recap, we bounced off the teal EMA there, went back up, came back down, tested it, going back up. We've got to finish above the $2.05 mark here in order for us to get some bullish momentum here. Okay, so otherwise you can almost see this as a W pattern. So you can see that as a W pattern here, which normally if you have your shoulder line going across, you'd expect to go higher. Okay, so it's a good setup for Algorand, but we need to see that head above this $2.05. So that's what we're looking for here. And again, we always got to remember, and I'll always be honest with you guys, whenever you're doing any technicals, you want to make sure that you're tying that up with fundamentals. You can have the perfect pattern on the charts, but then some China FUD comes out, some news article comes out. By the time I post this, some other FUD or article may come out, and that affects your trading. So you've got to be really careful. But overall, from a long-term point of view, Algorand's bounced really nicely, and you can see a lot of the top platforms are moving really well today. Even though Bitcoin's not moving very well, we can see Algorand, we can see Solana moving well, we can see Luna moving well. A lot of these layer one platforms, which we've been talking about a lot on this channel, guys, the people are starting to realize that these layer one platforms is where the value is at, and they're all going to take turns making their moves, because ultimately people are realizing Ethereum's overloaded. Even if ETH 2.0 comes in, it doesn't solve all the problems. We need Solana, we need ADA, we need Algorand to be there, and you can see these platforms growing slowly over time. So a lot of potential in those coins, and if Bitcoin starts moving 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8%, the altcoins will move at a multiple of that. So that would really hold it up well for the crypto market. So there you go, guys. There's an update on Algorand. It's bounced off of a critical level, which is really important. If we had lost that $1.64 mark, we could have headed down to $1.33. We've managed to hold that now. We're at $1.83. We need to hold that 179, not fall below 179, and we need to head to $2.05. That's the key focus area if you're watching Algorand right now. Wider markets looking fine, just stabilizing after the bombardment of FUD we received last week. Let's hope we can have more of a positive week going into this week, but we've got to be prepared for all different eventualities. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you like this type of content, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.